Today I want to talk about the eighth commandment, thou shalt not steal. If you look over in Exodus, you'll see the Ten Commandments. Exodus is the second book of the Bible. You open the Bible, it's Old Testament, and Genesis, Exodus, and it's chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. You can read the Ten Commandments. And I'll just give them to you briefly. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall make no idols. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. Remember the Sabbath to keep it holy. Honor your mother, your father, and your mother. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witnesses against your neighbor, and you shall not covet. That's it in a nutshell. That's the 10 of them. But the one I want to talk about is the eighth commandment, and that is thou shalt not steal. You see, because that is a short one. All the other ones have more meaning after it, but this is just thou shalt not steal. 4 words in there. But the big thing about it is if you broke down the 10 Commandments and looked at both of the plaques, you would see that the one tablet has 1 through 5 and the other is 6 through 10. Well, on that 6 through 10, the thou shalt not steal refers to all those other commandments on there, the other 4 that are on there. For instance, it talks about murder. Thou shalt not, murder. And murder is taking someone else's life. It talks about adultery, and that's stealing your spouse, somebody's spouse. It's giving false testimony. You're stealing somebody's justice. You're stealing their integrity. You're stealing their identity. All of this comes into play with thou shalt not steal. So it's not just stealing something. It's a thing, a tangible thing. It's stealing an intangible thing as well. And that's the thing that makes that one of the most important, I believe, is thou shalt not steal. Now, they're all important. God put those down there for a reason, and that is to guide us. But thou shalt not steal talks about not just something that is tangible, but you're stealing something from your neighbor. You're stealing something from another person. You're taking, like I said, their integrity. You're insulting them. You're humiliating them. You're taking their property. You borrow something and don't give it back. See, all this comes into thou shalt not steal. And this is one thing that I think that God meant when tells us not to steal. We are to treat others like Jesus would treat us. We are to treat others with respect. We are to honor other people. And thou shalt not steal says just that. It's not just a tangible object. It's all the intangibles that go along with it. I hope that encourages today, and I look forward to seeing you again for another Morning Cup of Inspiration and tomorrow night on our live Facebook Live at 8 p.m. God bless you and have a great day.